And there's breaking news coming in after a call from Prime Minister Modi. Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu, has called a high-level meeting at his camp office in Andhra's capital of Amravati. Senior ministers, including the Finance Minister, the State Planning Commission Chief, have been summoned. This while the TDP central ministers have left for the Prime Minister's residence on Lok Kalyan Marg in Delhi, where they will be meeting with Prime Minister Modi in a very short while from now. We're getting more information on this, but that's the breaking news. A high-level meeting has been called by Chief Minister Naidu after receiving that call from Prime Minister Modi. Let's go straight across to Polami Saha and Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, joining us live on this breaking story. Polami, first to you, a high-level meeting has apparently been called by Chandrababu Naidu. What more can you tell us about this?
Well, first of all, Shiv, what we know right now is that the TDP ministers are expected over here at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, where I'm standing right now. And after that, there will be a press conference which will be addressed by the TDP, most likely by the ministers themselves. Y. Chaudhary will in fact be addressing that press conference. That happens at about 6:45 p.m. here in New Delhi itself. And of course, Chandrababu Naidu has been in constant touch with his party leaders, his MLAs, as well as his ministers and members of parliament as well, constantly taking them in the loop as far as this decision is concerned. And we hear that there will be a series of such meetings as well, especially now after the two ministers have submitted their resignation. It was a 10-minute phone call over which Prime Minister Modi spoke with Chandrababu Naidu, and Chandrababu Naidu explained the reasons for why TDP ministers will be withdrawing from the union government today, and there has been no change in plans. So clearly there has to be a future course of action that needs to be charted out post this as to what will be the next step of a course of action, and that is something that he will be discussing with his topmost leadership.
Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, is also with us. Rahul, just about half an hour to go before those TDP ministers meet with the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, Chandrababu Naidu has called this high-level meeting as well. You know, I know these are very, very rapid developments taking place behind closed doors. Very, very hectic parleys taking place, across two cities. What more can you tell us? I mean, this is tantalizing stuff. A high-level meeting taking place in Amravati and a meeting with the Prime Minister taking place here.
Shiv, a couple of months back, when things were coming to a pass between the TDP and the BJP, nearly a month ago, the TDP president had asked his partymen to hold their horses and not rush into any harsh or sudden decision. Till yesterday, it seemed very clear that the break is coming, especially after Finance Minister Mr. Arun Jaitley made it very clear that there is no possibility of giving in much more to the demands of the TDP beyond what is constitutionally being done by the centre. And in the night, the TDP chief did announce that there is going to be a resignation by his two ministers, and it was India Today which broke the news that this will happen only after TDP chief has spoken to the Prime Minister. Now, these are two senior leaders. They do not really want a functional relationship to end, and that is why the threats have been rather limited to the fact that two ministers will be resigning from the Council of Ministers.
Yes.
The TDP says that that may come later if it is dissatisfied with the kind of assistance which it gets from the centre. Now, will the Prime Minister, who has spoken to Mr. Chandrababu Naidu on phone, accept the resignations of the two ministers once they submit it? That is one question which is a million-dollar question being asked right now. Top sources are saying, is there a possibility of the Prime Minister having talked to Chandrababu Naidu and asked him to work out something? But right now, what the two ministers are saying, I have spoken to people close to both of them, that at 6 p.m. they will be offering to resign from the Council of Ministers, which means in the public space, there will be a fact established that given the fact that the centre did not provide Andhra Pradesh the kind of assistance that it was assured in the Reorganization Act, and also what the TDP, the government, was demanding, and in protest, two ministers have offered to resign from the Council of Ministers, which means a kind of a political template will be created at 6 o'clock. What happens from there on, one will have to wait and see in this story with multiple twists and turns.
Okay, multiple twists and turns coming in on this big developing story. We're going to have to wait. In another 20 minutes is when that meeting is set to begin at the Prime Minister's residence. And we understand, Polumi, we understand that the two TDP ministers are already on their way to the Prime Minister's residence.
That's right. That's what we're hearing as well, Shiv. Of course, we're waiting over here at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. So, not very sure about Vice Chaudhary, but I do believe that Ashok Gajapathi Raju has left from his residence already. They have a scheduled appointment with the Prime Minister at 6 p.m. Of course, to go past security, they need to be here by about 5:50 p.m. already. So, yes, what we hear is that both ministers are on their way already to tender in their resignation letters. This after that conversation that the Prime Minister had with Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu while he was on his way back from Jhunjhunu, Rajasthan to Delhi this afternoon.
Okay, so that's going to happen in just a few minutes from now. We've got those live images there, as you can see on our screen right now, of those TDP ministers who are on their way to the Prime Minister's residence. We'll keep coming back to you. Thanks very much, Rahul and Polumi, for staying with me on that story. Remember, 20 minutes when that meeting will be beginning. All eyes on what takes place. What will be the fate of the TDP-BJP relationship?
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.